Well, here we are. This is one of those procrastinating things I have been putting off for a while. This is storage closet number 2 in the basement, and today we're going to do our best to declutter it. I've sort of been putting off working on this closet. When you get right into it, there's not a whole lot in here, but it's just a chaotic mess. And so I had to make a couple of decisions before I got started to kind of help me determine how I was going to go about this. I know that everything here in the floor, everything is leaving, but the biggest hurdle for me in moving forward is Christmas. So what I've decided is I'm going to keep my Christmas tree and the decorations that are on it, and I'm going to keep a tabletop piece that my mom got me, which is a Thomas Kincaid Christmas tree with a rotating railroad around it. I really like that piece. I will never get rid of that. And everything else associated with Christmas is probably going to go away. Everything on the floor here, with the exception of the 2 Christmas trees behind the camera, everything is going. The other thing is there are some boxes in here that are left over from when I lived in my house in Cleveland, and I had storage bins like, well, not that one, that's actually Christmas, but storage bins like one back here in the back that have tools in them, because that's how I had to store my tools. And so I've got tools in all over the house now. They're just everywhere. But I have another closet that I'll get to later that's actually the tool closet. So I'm trying to get everything in there before I deal with them. So anything on the shelf that is a tool that I know I need to keep, I'm just going to move it into the other room and get it out of the way. And then the rest of this video will deal with what's left. And honestly, it may not be that much. But we'll see where we are. Okay. That's most of it. I've still got these tiles to get out of here, but I don't have any place to put them out in the living room until I load up the car, so I'll get those in a little while. And everything that was on these shelves, every shelf is now either going to Goodwill, going to the trash, has been moved to the tool room, or is on these 3 shelves. That's it. Out of everything that was here, and it has been here for years. Out of sight, out of mind is no longer good enough for me. Now, this is not all of the closet. I'm going to turn things around and show you what's left and work on that a little bit. And then we'll move out into the living room where I've got some things to go through. All right, so I think for this last little part in here in the closet, I think it's best that I just hand hold my little pocket too. I'm going to turn the camera around so I can show you here what I'm dealing with. It's not much. Like I said, this is my mom's Christmas tree. I do have a box down here I've got to drag out. I've got some broken ornaments on the floor. I keep everything on my tree, and I just pull it out. It's so small and lightweight, there's no reason to decorate it every year, but I probably do need to cover it up with something. Behind that, we have some carpet. I've got to figure out what that went to. And then we have a 10 by 10 foot tent that we use at the beach, and my brother's crutches that we don't need anymore. This chair is a matching chair to one upstairs. We replaced it with one of those electronic chairs that helps my mom stand up. So this stays here, but all of this other stuff around, stuff on the floor, the stuff in the chair, all that can go. I do have a couple of posters here for that were my brother's, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with those yet. And then I've got some Christmas decorations that have not been used in years and years and years. So let's go out in the living room and look at what's left. Okay, so we're out of the living room now, and this is where the decision-making comes in for me. Let me turn my camera back around. These items over here are definitely, well, not my camera bag, but these items over here are definitely going to the trash. And then, and also these bifolding doors here. I'm waiting to hear about the croquet set to see if one of my daughters wants it. If not, it's going to Goodwill. And then I have a small pile over here that I've already started that will be going to Goodwill as well. And so that leaves me down to, I have one little box over here that I've got to look at, and I've got these boxes here, and we're going to go through those now. All right, so this first box is books. Now, I can already tell you that most of these books I'm not keeping, but there are a few that I thought were lost forever. So one of them obviously is anything I have in here by Henry Nouwen. Henry Nouwen is my all-time favorite spiritual writer, and so any books in here by him will be saving. Giving the Love That Heals, I can highly recommend this book, but I don't need it anymore. Harville Hendrix, if you are looking for good books on relationships and marriage and how to find the love you want, those kinds of things. I need to reread Peterson's A Long Obedience in the Same Direction on discipleship. Another Nouwen book. I have some books that I picked up along the way. A Father's Legacy, A Journal of Butterfly Kisses. These are great books like these. These are great books for parents to write their story. We've talked about leaving your legacy. It's a great book to write your story, but it's not a great book if you've got more than one child because you have to write every story 3 times. And my handwriting is atrocious, and so I've never used those. This can be tossed. Keeping the Love You Find, another great book by Harville Hendrix. I highly recommend it. This is an education book I don't need anymore. Certainly don't need this education book anymore. And with that is an empty box. I'm going to set this aside because this is a box for Goodwill. This is trash. I'll find a box here in a minute to start with trash. Let's go to this box. Now, this box is quite interesting because it is all dishes, things for the kitchen. I'm not going to pull everything out of here, but it is so nasty and dirty, including all of the silverware. There is nothing in this box that I even remotely need. Why would I ever use a green dish anymore? So I'm just going to put this back in here, and this is now going to become my default trash box. You can tell I've invested a lot of money in containers. And this is one of the things that you don't need if you just get rid of stuff. This is a box filled with various kinds of tools. And so I'm going to hang on to this until I can sort it out later. I cannot tell you over the years how many hammers I bought because I can't find my hammer. This one happens to be a sheetrock hammer, but I'll hang on to it. I will go through the rest of this when I go through the tool room, and don't let me forget, I'll give you a preview of that before we get over here. This is more kitchen stuff, I'm pretty sure. This is all old things. I want to pull things out of here. I don't know what they are. There's some Christmas stuff in here. There is a small cast iron skillet, and I would never cook in this. And again, it's all old. There's some old Tupperware in here. I don't want to take the time to clean up. The rest of this is Christmas-style decorations and old tiebacks for curtains that I haven't had in 20 years. And again, what the heck am I doing with this in a closet I don't know. Anyway, it's going to go in the trash file. And that leads me down to the last box. Now, I saved this box for last on purpose. This will tell you what collecting crap does for you. This is a box of clothes, okay? Now, I know that this is a box of clothes for one of my daughters. I don't know which one. She will know when she sees her Puma bag and this very old shoe that she never bothered to pick up. None of this is worth salvaging, including the stuffed animals that are in here. I'm pretty sure this was left over from moving back home from England. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. My daughter will contact me later to tell me. I mean, who would not want those shoes? I mean, come on, right? But the reason I know it belongs to one of my daughters, obviously it's not my clothes, and the reason I think that it is from those days in coming back from England is because of all the empty packs of Marlboro Lights that are in here. I don't smoke. But, a couple of them have, a couple of them probably still do. This is going to the trash. So when it's all said and done, I have a box of tools over here, and I'm going to keep the wheelchair, and I'm keeping this. And out of everything that you saw in the closet, this is what I got left. This is the reason why we need to declutter. I mean, how long was it going to sit there? Till I died? And then somebody had to come in with a backhoe and clean it out? I mean, good God almighty. I'm embarrassed. So, let me grab the pocket two, and I'll take you in to where the tools are to show you what's coming next. So, just to make it clear, and I'm not finished just yet cleaning out the last bit of this closet, but it will come out, and I'll sweep all that up. You've already seen how empty it's going to be. But in my apartment, these are the stairs that go up to my mom's apartment, or my mom's house. This is the closet that we just cleaned out. There's a closet back behind my bedroom down one of the hallways that we cleaned out the first time. And then this is the room that I've not got to yet. So this is where our heating unit and our water heater is. And you can see I've got all kinds of stuff stacked up here. And I haven't done anything with it. But this is my treadmill that I mentioned in the last video. And I've got to figure out if I'm going to actually use it or get rid of it. But then I have a light up here in the ceiling that's gone out. And so that's why I brought in this light. I've got to replace the light. And I've got pegboard all along this wall and pegboard all along this wall. I've just got crap. It's just crap. Let me turn this way maybe. That might work. So I have another workbench out in the woods back behind the house that got moved back there when our house was under construction from the tree that fell on it. It used to sit on the back porch out here of my patio. But I'm going to bring it in. It's like a picnic table, but it's a small workbench. I'm going to bring it in and bring it over here to this wall. So I've got another workspace. I'll replace this light, and then I will have to go through tons and tons and tons of tools. And that will be a tedious video. We'll see you next time.